Hello, friends. Long time no see. Welcome to the Friday Arena Kings. Of course, this is Blitz 3-0, a fantastic season-long event. We're in Season 3, Week 2, Episode 4. This is the 4th Arena Kings of the year, or I suppose of the season. And it's not getting any easier. I mean, the players that are in this tournament are incredibly strong, and today is no different. We have Arabic Falcon up top, KNVB, that's Amon Hambleton of twitch.tv/chessbra, Precor Hammer, Champ 2005 is a strong Indian international master. I believe he's a junior player. Kostanuk, Kamsky, and well, I mean, the list just goes on and on. Tournament is starting in 5 minutes here. Well, I think we're in for a fun day of chess. I've got my water ready. I've got energizing snacks. We've got Chess Bay in the chat. I think we're gonna have fun. What's up, Coffee Man? Hope you had a good break. Sometimes I forget that when I'm streaming to chess.com and not to my own channel, moments of silence aren't backed by music. There's no music being played, and so I can't really be quiet for that long. I've got to be talking for 2 hours straight. If anyone is in here watching already, ask any questions that you'd liked. If you have any questions about the players, if you have any questions about the format, if you have any questions about the prizes, I probably can't answer any of them, but I can try. Just got to make sure here that I've got all my images up. Oh, we do. Terrific. Terrific. So, this is what the prizes are all about for the year. It's a very big and beautiful bracket. Money on the left side is for the regular weeks. Money on the knockout weeks is in the second column, and there is a season-long point leaderboard, ultimately culminating in a streamer championship finals, which is great. And of course, our schedule right now, if you take a look at the second line, we are on the second date. That's January 25th. Next week, we have a slight schedule change. We're going to be on Monday and Wednesday instead of Monday and Friday. And that's because of Friday being reserved for the Pro Chess League slot. After that, we go back to a Monday and Friday schedule for the remainder of the season. So, for today, we will be looking right here, and it's going to be terrific. It's going to be wonderful. We don't have anybody asking any particular questions just yet, but as I said, if you have any questions at any moment, I've got my eye on 2 different chats today. I've got my eye on Twitch chat. I've got my eye on Chess TV chat. Hello, Chess Pig. If you're somebody in the Twitch sphere that has chess in their username, you're an awesome person. I'm not saying that biased about myself. I did see the Geary and Shanklin finish earlier today. Indeed. It was kind of funny. Kind of tragic, but it depends whether you prefer comedy or not. But yeah, it was very funny, I think. And I don't think that Shanklin will... I think Shanklin will learn a lot from this game. So, yeah. This is how I think about it. But hello. No Hikaru today, I don't believe. I think Hikaru is just going to chill. Not going to be playing in today's Arena Kings. Somebody asked, when does the arena start? Always at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific on the second one. Today is on a Friday. Next week it's going to be on Wednesday, just for scheduling. Right, I think Hikaru's either going to go over his games. I'm not quite sure when his masterclass is, but he will be streaming for sure. It's an interesting day in America as the airports are not functional, so if you have to fly for your Arena Kings today, that might be slightly tragic. So But for today, please enjoy the show. We're getting underway here in 40 seconds. Who is this? I don't know. The first game that we're going to keep our eye on is Arabic Falcon versus KNVB. That's Amon Hambleton. Amon Hambleton is Salem Saleh, player from the United Arab Emirates. Incredible tactician. I really hope that, you know, if I have to predict the winner for today, I'm going to go with Salem Saleh because Hikaru is not playing. Hey, Birdman. Also, Salem is streaming, which has been linked in the chat. All right, the games are off. If Amon Hambleton plays a London opening, somebody has to donate something. Oh, he played C4. Wow. Okay. Now I'm actually surprised. So he's playing into a King's Indian defense against Saleh. He goes for Bishop D3. It's a bit of a sideline. It's yet to be seen. I anticipate that he will push. Yeah. But this dark squared bishop now is going to be very powerful. Black plays E6. There's going to be a trade in the center. A prophylactic move with H3 to prevent the bishop from ever coming out on this diagonal. And both players are keeping the tension here. This is kind of a delayed Benoni in the sense that black is not taking on D5. Normally this trade happens, and this is kind of a Benoni structure where black has a dark squared bishop and tries to play on the queen side with this kind of slightly awkward pawn. But Mr. Salem Saleh is thinking, and he's down a little bit on the clock, which is kind of... Plays A5 and E5. Wow, so he's completely... These last two moves said, all right, Mr. Hambleton, I'm plugging things up. Let's keep the position closed. Now, Amon will be looking, if he wants to play this position for a win, to infiltrate through the queen side with pressure on D6, or he is going to try to break with the move F4, and that's exactly why he's played Knight H2 and F4. Is probably next. But Saleh has secured an outpost for himself on B4, which could be a little bit more useful than this outpost on B5, just in the sense that you're removing maybe a piece of the position. This knight on B5, though, will have pressure on a pawn, so they kind of counterbalance each other, I would say. I mean, I would prefer white here. I think that in a lot of these positions, just if your play revolves around this F4 break, your rook is getting involved in this F-file pressure, it's a little bit more pleasant to play. But we'll see what happens. And you also have to keep in mind that white has put a bunch of pawns on light squares, so he's not really afraid of trading this bishop. Oh, is it really? Terrific. That's a good thing to hear. Hooray, Americans! Hooray! And I saw that Chessbase said Georg Myers entered the tournament, so everybody can maybe take a nap. Yes, so as of a minute ago, very interesting. Yep, I saw it's for 3 weeks. Ooh! Crack neck little bit. Wow, a lot of things have happened in the 10 seconds that I looked away from the position. This is why chess is such a crazy game. So, Amon has delayed this F4 move, and Salem played Rook A7 because he anticipated playing F5 and getting this rook involved. Very nice coordination. Opens with the F-file attack himself. Amon drops the knight back to F1 to put it on G3 and potentially F5 or H5. But this seems a little bit slow. I feel like if Saleh is quick here, he can get a very nice position. For instance, what if he drops the knight into D3? Okay, he chooses knight C2, and I think he's going to go here. My idea was knight D3, you're protected, and then you go knight F4 check. So rook D1, of course you're... Oh, okay, and he takes on E3. His idea was not even to plant the knight on this comfortable D4 square, it's to get rid of the dark squared bishop. I'm curious what's... And notice how Saleh has gone from 20-30 seconds down to 30 seconds up. He's putting Amon under very heavy pressure here. Definitely the favorite in the game, but kind of securing it now, outplaying his opponent. I liked Amon's position though early. Maybe there was a something slightly better that he could have done, but who knows? You just gotta go with the tactician. And there's that rook f7 move. Black is very well coordinated. It looks like black is pretty passive, but you know, it's about the prospect of the pieces. And it's much less about where they currently stand. So e4, terrific move. Looks like white can take this, but black has activated the dark squared bishop. I anticipate bishop e5, queen h4, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw rook f1 now, trying to kind of bail on the position, get some pieces off. Oh, Blitzstream is playing. That's awesome. He's up here. Hammer has won. He's back over 2,700. I will sack 2 pawns up there as well. And Amon has taken a pawn for his troubles. He's at 24 seconds, and Saleh down to below, well, he just hit 40. And there might be a potential rook trade. Queen g2, so this is getting very complicated. A lot of threats here. Knight e3, so what if you take knight g5, knight f7 potentially? Can you do that? I like this idea actually, knight g5. Oh, Amon just hung a queen. So if we back up for a moment, knight g5, was that playable? Okay, well, they've started another game, but let's check in with Hammer. What's going on in Hammer's game? He's playing at 2,500. What on earth was this opening? This was a Caro-Kann with d3 and f4 by white. And Hammer just went super aggressive. a5, no nonsense play here from Hammer. He'd like to maybe play queen a4 if ba. So for instance, b takes a4, queen a4 with the idea of coming in on the queen side. So rook takes a5 on the board. Also, friends, for those of you that don't know, we have an extension here on chess.com, which features certain streamers in the tournament, and also features your humble commentator. So I am in it, and it's very simple. If you're on a device, you see a little puzzle icon on the top right side. You click that, you'll see my name right now. You'll see Arabic Falcon, that's Salem_AR, Chessbra, and Yun Ludwig Hammer. You can keep an eye on their stream. It allows you to literally just one-touch follow. It's a great extension on Twitch. Anytime we have these tournaments that feature a lot of streamers, that is your one-touch destination. So rook a5, Hammer has sacrificed an exchange, and I'm pretty sure he would like to do something on the queen side, but I'm not sure what he's gonna do. So he plays check. Mr. Multivitamin has to now worry about 2 different attacks. You can play d4, but then queen takes c2. If you just move your king, I'm playing this anyway. If you play knight d4, I'm going to take. If you block with the queen, I'm going to take. So what do you do? Maybe d4. Oh, no, you can't do that. I was going to say d4, queen takes, and then knight c3, protecting the rook. The problem is that would hang a king, because the queen is pinning the knight to the king. So that's not allowed. And breaking the rules in chess is not recommended. Multivitamin now trending to 40 seconds. It's a terrible position for white, actually. Honestly, very impressive that he lost it so fast. Losing this quickly is honestly, you could be commended for such a game. I'm gonna add a few more people to my follow list. Follow Blitzstream, following Mr. Sleeping Chess Style himself. So we see d4, but only 20 seconds for white. I mean, Hammer can pretty much do whatever he wants. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw rook takes b2. Oh, we just see resignation. Wow, I mean, what an incredible game. So let's go into Blitzstream. He's playing at 2,400. Player from Japan. Well, maybe. Wow, another very aggressive game. So we had a early queen trade. And just to see, it's kind of funny, like a bit of shuffling with the king here, but generally in these kinds of positions, black is actually completely okay. And also he's up a ton on the clock, so now we are at this position, and Blitzstream has 50 seconds, and not necessarily that big of an advantage, although at the moment he's threatening rook takes d2, and I actually think he's going to play it. Well, I actually don't think he's going to play it now, but his threat was rook d2, king d2, and then the knight would come here, forking these two pieces, but he doesn't have to do anything drastic. His opponent just has no time. So knight c5, this is under attack, rook e4, or just move the rook, and I think Blitzstream is going to win. How about Georg Meyer? He's playing an FM from Spain. Was this a Rubinstein French? This was a Rubinstein French. I swear, Georg Meyer does not get tired of playing the exact same opening every single time. It's really incredible. This is 3-0, everybody. Appreciate the question, in case anybody didn't know. And those of you that are watching off front page or off your devices, we are over 4,000 people, which is very, very cool. I believe we are the second slot on the Twitch front page. So, hi, welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful, what is today? Friday. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week for me. I had Monday Pro Chess League, Tuesday Pro Chess League, Wednesday Pro Chess League, Friday Arena Kings. Busy, busy, busy. But yes, I personally, I think Georg Meyer has a very admirable chess style in the sense that he just goes for repetition and stability, and he gets it and he likes it. So exactly. It does suit his style. It's a very good way of putting it. Guy likes it. Hey, he likes his openings, and I mean, who are we to judge, you know? So knight g3. This position has certain characteristics that Georg likes. But no, he didn't just blunder. He's got a kingside majority, meaning he has 4 versus 3, and probably the biggest thing that's in Black's favor is the fact that Black has the 2 bishops. So, for instance, this bishop is very, very restricting of the knight and the active king, which is probably even more important. I think he's going to take... I actually think taking c4 was a little bit better, but he's in time to take both. He takes both pawns. Now he's got a queenside passer. He has more time. b4, b3, and Georg Meyer does it again. I mean, ridiculously solid playing style from Georg. And just, you know, just an admirable. He's going to play e5, and he can always at any moment now play g6, h5, create another pass pawn. He's up 3 pawns. I think he's going to win the game. Go with Blitzstream. Wow. I mean, we look away for a moment, and he's playing aggressively, planting this knight on e5, opening the king side. So f4, fe. Obviously castling on the king side for white is off the card, so he castles queenside, and I anticipate rook g1. In many ways, I like to watch the 2500s battle more than I like to watch sometimes like some of the grandmasters, because grandmasters play very methodical, risk-free chess, and some of the titled players who are about 24, 2500, they take significantly more risk when they play. They play aggressive chess, they try to win quickly, and that just makes things a little bit more exciting, at least for me. I don't know. Let's scroll through the list here. Of course, we have Gatakomsky playing, so it would be a bit of a ridiculous decision not to follow him. So let's follow this player as well. Whoops. I misspelled somebody's username, and now it's not letting me follow them. Excuse me. Okay, I'll follow Chessically Inclined. Let's do that. He's got a game against a very strong, wow, 2500 rated FM. Chessically Inclined has been in several of the final rounds in some of these events. His name is Jason, just like the space heater in my house. Yes, I did name my space heater for the winter. He also gives me very tough games when we play. But what the heck is going on in this position? So the first thing that I notice is that Black has 2 rooks and White only has 1, which seems like a bit of an issue. But I also notice that White has 4 pieces and Black only has 3, so it seems like White is down in exchange. But then I notice that White's king is tucked all the way in the corner and Black's king is right here with a bunch of pieces pressing it up against the wall. Being pressed up against the wall does not sound like a particularly favorable situation, especially given that the king is the piece that determines whether you win or lose ultimately. And Black is struggling, it seems, but at the same time, Black has done something very clever. He's 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 played queen g4 to swap the queens off the board, and white's queen now is the one that's actually slammed against the side of the board on the h file. So we've got the king pressured up against the f8 square, the queen pressured up against the h5 square, and rook e1 on the board. I think long term the idea is to potentially land the rook on e8, which would be checkmate, but it's just a violent game, just a violent, unpleasant game for all people involved. Shout out to Chess Guy, not really sure why he's not. Knight takes b2. I feel like that move should lose. Is there any reason why a bishop move just isn't winning here? Like, what if you go bishop d4? Bishop takes, rook e8, there. Okay, oh, this is significantly more smart than my move. Bishop c1, the threat is mate, and you're also just losing a knight. So black realizes that he screwed up, so he plays bishop d7, and now white wins the knight on b2. The threat, everybody, of course, was not this, but it was the fact that the black king was so claustrophobic. So if you play knight takes h7 right now, I'm going to play rook h7, queen h7, and take this, which is why this is not ever going to be checkmate. What else can you play? How can you get... Oh, that's an awful move. I think this... No, this is losing. Bishop g8? Bishop e6? I mean, oh! Styling on them. Beautiful. Because now, look, everybody, this is a threat, and if you play bishop takes e8, I'm going to play rook takes. Rook takes, queen f7 mate. Beautiful game by Chessically Inclined. I hyped him up for a good reason. Fantastic move, and now the game is simply over. Queen f7 is mate. The black king obviously was the one that ultimately really regretted being pressed up against the side of the board. Bishop 8's a very nice move, and let's just see the game to its conclusion. I'm really confused by another thing, by the way. Why would you play queen g4 and then not take? It just seems like such a strange decision. He clearly played this move to swap the queens, and then he just didn't do it. I mean, bishop 8 is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful move. And hopefully we don't see a stall out. That would just be... Great game. Alright, well, you know, I think we should respect Chessically. I think we should stick with him for one more game. He, So bishop f5. People who are watching off the front page, if you're a chess fan, have you been keeping up with Tata Steele's chat question? Chad's been a bit skeptical today. A little bit unsure if they want to actively type in the chat. So let's go. Whenever I'm the Arena Kings host, I've been criticized for not focusing enough on the chess and talking too much to the chat. General Swak, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. That is a gigantic alert box. Let me minimize that a little bit. Put it right here, maybe. How's your Friday? How's your week been? This is an exciting game, so I might actually have to focus on this one, as black has played f6, e5, and is now just attacking in the center. What's up, Roadhouse? You visited Wyke. Very, very cool. So 2018 for me was a year that I played international tournaments for the first time. I played in Barbados. I played in Canada. I want to play in Europe. I want to play some of these big opens, Reykjavik or something like that. You know, just because it's, the vibe is amazing. You like the whole city becomes chess related, and so why am I not playing in this tournament? Because the host generally doesn't really play games. We kind of talk about the game. So we're going to see some queenside action here. Black is trying to break through with b6. This is called an undermining move to put pressure on c5. The a5 pawn goes here. I'm expecting great move here by Chessically Inclined. f5. Now how about b5? Can we get a b5 on the board potentially? The point is that if b5 takes, white breaks through with c6. Maybe bishop g3 and b5. Now this bishop is not doing much, so if you relocate it here, it just becomes instantly more powerful. Another possibility is bishop d3 and mobilizing the queen. I think we're on the same page. So you liked it today? Of course I've been following Tata Steele. Alright, terrific. Chat's like, shut up. Of course, Tata Steele. Magnus is playing. You goof. So we're on the same page. Chessically Inclined and I. Bishop d3, queen. White is much better. Little chat, little lesson for the chat. Space is the amount of squares that you control in your opponent's territory, meaning squares that you can capture. So black has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. White has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. White has a lot more space, right? This is the point. Now black is, for a good reason, swapping off on the queen side. Now he's got a bit more rook vision here. He has ideas to maybe break in. But overall, white, maybe this shouldn't have been allowed, actually. Maybe rook e1 was a little bit too excited of a move. Now he's going to have to deal with an annoying rook. So why do the younger chess masters try to look like they're living in the early 2000s? I don't even know what that question means. What does it mean to act as if you're living in the early 2000s? Is it like something you wear? I didn't think that fashion was so different. You mean the hair? Is it? Yeah, anyway, I don't know. B5, there it is. Finally, we see B5 on the board. And it's really for black. The question is, which way do I take? If I take this way, I allow BC. If I take this way, white's idea is not to take back. It's to push. Now he's pushing. The pawn is going to get to C7. The bishop defends. I think white is just completely winning here. But I have noticed that effect as well. What's up, Algebra? 97. So yes, but you're saying the 70s are back in fashion, but this person said the early 2000s, so that's why I'm a little bit confused. I just don't understand the difference between the two. You look like you're living in the 1000s. Okay. That's an interesting way of, I guess, dressing yourself or carrying your hygiene. Rook b1, terrific. Using this pawn, and he's going to go for rook b8. Even though the knight can take, you're just going to make another queen, and this is going to be defending. Aha, so bishop b6. Now, you can sacrifice, but that doesn't seem particularly promising. So maybe, oh, I think I know what wins. How about queen? Oh, I think queen e7 was maybe winning on the spot, even though you would be losing this. Anyway, I trust that he will win the game. Maybe now queen e7, or bishop b5, or bishop a6. He plays queen e7. Rook c1. No? What is he doing? He just hung a pawn. Why did he do that? I also think he had bishop a6. Wow. Chessically inclined has gotten himself into trouble. Do they get more time? Not in this format. In this format, it's... Alright, we're entering time scramble mode. Bishop a6, h4, knight f3. Chessically inclined 15 seconds versus 11.7. Worst position, worst structure. Gonna bring his king in. Has to go back. Rook d8. Rook d8's a good move. He's gonna win the d4 pawn. This bishop covers very important squares. Rook h4, king g5. Bring the rook. King f5, check. Rook b3. Good. He's got the bullet in him. Nice. Great move. Keep things easy. Give it check. That's it. Easy flag now. Good job. Messed up a little bit in the middle game. Also, we're up to 3. Oh, and here's a rematch. And they've switched colors. KNVB and Arabic Falcon. Someone in chat asking, do you normally broadcast your own games and practice on Twitch too? Yes. You're a longtime Hearthstone player. Well, welcome to the chess.com stream. I don't know if this is your first time watching, but to any of you, if this is one of your first few times watching, what you're tuning into today is a 2-hour event called the Arena Kings. And the Arena Kings is a tournament it's gone through several iterations. Right now we're in season 3. This tournament happens 2 times every single week, and it ultimately culminates in prize money finals with a knockout format, very exciting format. A lot of strong players from all over the world, very international event. And everybody can win prizes as long as they are streaming. So really, that's the emphasis. Now, I personally do stream. Gotham Chess is my channel. Here, this thingy. And also, for you to check out other streamers, there's a lot of them in the chess community. Very simply, Exclam Streamers gives you the list, and also we have a channel extension of featured channels. So I am in there, other good players are in there, and I'm constantly being told during the show which new names are being added. Shout out to Jules. Hi. Do I like croissants? I'm always worried on Twitch when I'm asked a question because I might be just missing out on a meme, but I'm actually a pretty big fan of croissants, yes. Hi, Jules. Okay, but enough advertising for chess. Welcome to you, Mr. Fame, and welcome to everybody that's watching. We just crossed 5,000 viewers. So what's going on in the position? Well, of course, the first thing you look at in a 3-minute game of chess is the time. White is up a minute, so that means that black is not too comfortable with the position. Another thing that's very important to take a look at is the fact that black has no pieces guarding the king. I mean, he's got a knight over here, a rook over here, but none of these squares are protected by anything but a king, and knight takes f7 has been played. And king takes f7 can't be played. Because if you play king f7, I play rook here, and it's a check to the king. And when I play this move, I open up and attack on your queen, and then I would be winning your queen. So knight c5 played. Crazy stuff happening. I'm taking a rook over here. I think that Amon Hambleton is going to snag up this rook. Or not. Very complicated. So now d takes c5 is possible. But then you would be blundering this rook. Rook d2, very precise. Very nice move. Now the queens face each other. The rook is out of danger, and the rook is defending the queen. And yes, those of you wondering why it looks like I have a fungal infection on my hair, I dyed my hair a silver blondish color when my channel hit 1,000 subs. Since then, it's been growing more and more, but so has the hair, and soon it will be cut out because, as you can tell, the darker side is coming back. So, also, that is a very brave username, Yakov N beats Hikaru, because that is something that does not happen that often, but I can appreciate it. It's like me making the name New York Knicks win the finals. It's just not gonna happen. Why are many strong players not playing? How can they win? This tournament is filled with an incredible amount of strong players. There's grandmasters all over the place, but not everyone can play. You know, like Lichess has the titled arena. You can't get every strong player to play. Some people have commitments, and can you make your hair anime white? I tried actually. I thought about it because I got it bleached first, but I decided against it. What is your rating? Which kind of rating? Uber rating? Chess.com rating? Yahoo Pool rating? What are we talking about? King d4, now very simply trade the pawn, and this pawn will run g4, g5, g6, g7, g8. Chat, when a pawn gets to the end of the board, it becomes whatever it wants, besides a pawn or a king. Do I play any other games besides chess? This channel does not play any other games besides chess, because it's literally twitch.tv/chess. So that would be counterintuitive. I play some other games. I play Overwatch. I play Fortnite. Not like actively, but play basketball. I'm a fan of that. So white has sacrificed the rook, but now white is going to very easily promote. You go check. The king comes here. And now there's no way for the knight to stop the pawn from promoting. My Uber rating is 4.75. Oh, here's an interesting matchup. Chess Queen. This is Alexandra Kostanuk, former world champion. The reason my Uber rating dropped was because I traveled to a foreign country and I couldn't speak to any of my Uber drivers there in their native language, and none of them spoke English. So they thought I was very rude all the time because I wasn't speaking to them. And I don't know. There a couple times I got rated 1 star. So I came back from this foreign travel and suddenly my Uber rating was like 3.5. And ever since then I've been working to get it up. So... what color should Magnus dye his hair to ensure he attains legend status? Pink? So that was my international Uber story. What country was that? Can't say. Knight e5 is a creative move by Blitzstream. The bishops face each other, but, you know, this can be captured. But, of course, when the bishop takes, the knight drops back. I expect e6, bishop d6 castles next 3 moves. And I expect Alexandra to put pressure. Right, so now she's not letting Blitzstream calmly develop. Instead, she's moving the rook. She's attacking the pawn. So... Is my mouth... Wow. No? No? Okay, so rook b3. Castles. Wow. I don't know if this is like a new meme or not, or if I'm... Oh. Well. Wow, what a question. Well, hey chat, maybe. I don't know. I'll go check. Maybe I secretly do chess boxing, and then in my daytime hours, I'm doing, you know, commentary. So sometimes it's like the movie Fight Club. You know, like the what's his name? Ed what's the main character's name in Fight Club? He shows up to the office with like a black eye and everything. So who knows? I apologize. Yes, we do not talk about Fight Club. Ed Norton, yes. I was about to say Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran is artist, musician, something like that. Tyler Durden, yes. Okay, so G6. Singer, yes. Artist, yes. What's up, Nick? Yeah, but Greenstone, I'm so edgy that I don't do that. Sure, you answer what kind of format is Arena Kings? It's not, so these weeks, this is not the knockout week. This is just, you collect points as you go up and up. You have 2 hours and you're constantly paired in an algorithm as to who you're playing. So it can be based on people who have points similar to you or a rating similar to you. The other thing about Arena is that you gain more points the more games you win in a row. So you start out winning 2 or 3, and then you go to 4, something like that, and, you know, up, you know, higher and higher. And I think the most points you can get per win is 4. So it's good to build streaks. And let me show everybody a little bit about the prizes and the schedule. We are approaching 6,000 viewers, so it would be good to circle back. This is what the tournament is all about. This is the schedule. So notice that the dates that are circled: February 18th, 22nd, April 1st, and April 5th. And then we have the finals after that. The knockout weeks of the Arena Kings are when the top 8 finishers enter a, well, knockout format. And you win higher prizes. And of course, the prizes look as follows. So regular weeks of Arena Kings have 125, 75, etc. as the prizes. And the knockout weeks have obviously higher prizes, 250, 125. The points leaderboard is a season-long kind of ordeal, and at the end, based on your placement on a weekly basis, you get points, and of course that all culminates in the championship finals at the end. Today is not a knockout week. Today we are just playing chess. So okay, I appreciate chat looking out for my chapped lips. I'm feeling chat is very wholesome. So Chess Queen winning a very nice game here. Blitzstream down on the clock. This past D-pawn was going to be a big problem. Last time I also commentated on this tournament. We had over what's it called? We had over 500 people, almost 600, like 580. Oh, okay. Chat, I'm telling you, it's from the chess boxing. I am sincerely sorry about this. But I like it. I like it. Wow, everyone is so wholesome. I much appreciate. Hey, Lars, everybody, if you don't know, is a person who is very what? White lost? Huh? Oh, oops. That's kind of tragic. Nah, intriguing matchup. Georg Meyer versus KNVB. Queen takes d4. And bishop g5. So in these kinds of positions, the structure for black is called a hedgehog structure. You've got a6, b6, d6, e6. And everything is on the third rank. Black plays something like bishop here, castles, brings the rooks, in many positions slides the queen back around, and is very, very solid. Now, white is going to try to maneuver around and put pressure on the pawns and try to advance on the queen side. So let's see just how well Georg Meyer can do this. I see Shadok in the chat. Shout out to Semperfluo with all the hugging. These things. This is what you're doing, right? Like this. Hey. Except it's like this, but I do hearts like this personally. 80 minutes remaining in the event. Let me crop this just a little bit. 83 minutes, nice and pretty. What is an acronym, chat, that you recently learned existed? I'll tell you mine. Mine was ITT in this thread. It's basically like when there's a thread of comments and somebody would write, it's like how you summarize what's in the thread. So, KNVB, okay, yeah. What do the different icons mean on the scoreboard? Is it games won in a row? Yes, that little 4 with a flame, 7 with a flame, yes. Yeah, I'm not even going to ask what some of these are. I'm kind of scared, to be honest. Alright, but I'm seeing some people. But yeah, for what it's worth is a pretty common one. But yeah, it's more fun to pronounce them like the way they sound. Like, fwew, 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 lrup, chiduch, mugatau, Shadok makes a good one. INL is I am not a lawyer. That's what it stands for. So yeah, LOL is a tricky one. Sorry, friends. That one can be a little bit confusing. Yeah, my bad. FOMO is fear of missing out, yep. So let's look at the position now. I did say that the way white plays this position is to instigate on the queen side. Yeah, I'm not getting some of these. I'm reading chat and I'm just very confused. So Knight on g5, obviously very ugly, but Georg is trying to figure out here, am I going to play c6? Am I going to play knight e5? Like, what's my way of making progress here? I can go something with the bishop, maybe. Yeah, ICYMI. Ikimi! In case you missed it. Bishop d6, takes, and now Amon is in desperate times trying to play something like knight f7. I am cheering for Amon to get some wins. He's obviously not necessarily the favorite in some of these really strong GM matchups, but Banff is a good one. Banff is a good one. So rook e8. Amon has created some degree of counterplay here, but the problem is that because there's just, I mean, he's down to so few seconds on the clock, it doesn't matter. And okay, queen takes g7, and probably that's just going to be it. Wow, Amon actually found a way to get himself checkmated. Impressive. Let's go to Hammer's game. Relatively simple structure here, and notice this very subtle maneuver. Queen e8, unpinning himself, and now the idea is to play the knight to e4. Shots at Amon. No, that wasn't really shots at Amon. I like the way Hammer has handled this. Look at this brilliant play. Hammer is playing on the light squares in this position because the dark squared bishop is standing on h4 and not doing anything in particular. So if Hammer knows that if he's able to land this knight on c4 and put a pawn behind it, he's going to shut down a lot of the squares in White's position. So he plays knight b6. White instantly plays knight d2, trying to trade it off. And after takes, the knight now comes to c4, and after b5, he just has a much better position. A takes b5. So I guess the ideas here are... How am I playing so fast? Well, again, I'm not the one playing, so... But yeah, Hammer is the Norwegian chess player with the hair. That's a very good way of describing it, and... That's another funny way of thinking about it, that basically all other Norwegians are bald. But I don't think this is true. Wow, Hammer is really going for it here. Knight d2 played, forking the rooks. Now, it seems as though... Can you play knight takes b3? Alright, so hear me out. Knight takes b3, rook takes b3, queen c2 just wins, doesn't it? Oh, but then there's rook a3. Interesting. So he's just doing this, and he's going to play rook takes. I like that question. What do you like to eat before playing chess? I like to eat a little bit of sugar, maybe like a Toblerone bar or something, a little bit of chocolate. Caffeine is always good. And just basically not something that will put you in a food coma. Okay, the Norwegians share each other. Okay, interesting. How fast you're skimming through the moves? I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean sometimes it's we cannot focus on every single move because if we spend every move in the past, the game will just keep going without us. The biggest task for black here is to take this pawn and to actually make progress. The thing is that white is so solid, even though white has a bishop for a rook, it doesn't matter that black is up material. Right, because you're just, I mean, there's nothing in white's position that's unguarded and the king is pretty safe. So this is a good idea. He's traded off the h-pawns, and now his idea could be to play rook h6, force the king back and try to invade. So I anticipate something like, well, I think he actually could have played queen d3, takes there, king h2, and then rook h6. But Hammer is going for rook a1. This is his idea. Queen, oh, he couldn't play queen b1, okay. And now what, are we gonna see king g7, queen g6? The threat is queen h5. So I think white has to play here, but then you lose because of check, here, here. How do you lose? Okay, so he plays f6. But I'm not so sure about this. Aren't you allowing... Okay, you're not allowing perpetual. Okay, the bishop's got to move now. Check here, check here. Check. Well, it's a draw at least. Queen... Wow. I think Hammer's just going for the flag. Is he going to get it? Okay, yeah, he's definitely going to get it. g4, rook takes c3. His pre-moves are very easy. He's up a ton on the clock. He had rook takes d4, I think, as well. And he's gonna win the game. Amon, in the meantime, is trying to get back. Amon might be having a little bit of PTSD, as there is another knight on f7. And we remember that Saleh crushed Amon's dreams by playing knight takes f7 and then defeating him. So Amon up 30 seconds to 10, pretty much. So we'll see if he can, as Charles Barkley says, put the foot on their neck. Rook f4. Can you sack on e4? No, you can't, because the bishop on b7 is protecting. Yeah, I just don't think white can create enough complication. I mean, Amon just has way too much time on the clock here. I think that's going to be a win. Chessically Inclined is playing against Last Samurai, and Chessically Inclined is beating Last Samurai. Chessically Inclined might actually beat a Grandmaster, so, ooh, that wasn't a good decision, though. Still could be okay. Maybe rook d6? Rook d6 forces the rooks off the board. He's not doing it, and he's actually allowed his opponent to have this pawn here. So now Samurai wants to play check. I have a bad feeling that Chessically Inclined might lose this game in time trouble. Because that is a common occurrence when you're a good player, but you're playing someone who's slightly higher than you. They can create confusion toward the end of the game. So each player at 40 seconds. Rook g8. Oh, a brilliant move. Rook g8. I think he overlooked that. Rook g8 check. Sacrifice the rook. Bring the queen back. And there's... Oh, that's a very creative trick. Thank you for the 300 bits. Three... Rook... Wait, what? Oh, okay. So he's just... Yeah, he's just... Queen e5 and resignation. Incredible chess. Very nice job. Hammer, in the meantime, bashing open the center. I'm expecting f4 here by Hammer. Great job by Chessically Inclined as he defeats... You know who we haven't looked at? We haven't looked at Gadakomsky. Gadakomsky. Who hasn't played a move. Gadakomsky hasn't played a move since the first move. Can you move, Gada? Gada's gotta go. Gada! This is very... This is going to get chat riled up. Chat loves this. He's trying to give time odds. I don't know what he's trying to do. We can sing a little song. As Gatakomsky's taking a break. He played one move to not get a forfeit. Now he's giving time odds. Down to 40 seconds versus his opponent. This is scary. It looks like he will lose on time and get knocked down in the standings. That was my song. Did you like it? I don't think he... Oh, he made a move! He's actually gonna play the game? Oh, this is really... Wow! And he still goes for the London. Wow, 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 wow. Gata is back, ladies and gentlemen. 24 seconds on the clock. Still playing a London. Sticking to his guns. Still going for a London even though he's only got 20 seconds. He plays Bishop E2. I don't know what he's doing. A4. He's not even pre-moving. Nope. He's probably going to go back to D3. Queen C2, 20 seconds. Black is like, okay, dude, I'm just going to play some moves. Gata castles, 19.9. Time is ticking, Gata. You got to do something, my guy. E4. They clash in the center. E4 and E5 on the board. Gata goes back to D3. Bishop D3, Bishop E2, Bishop D3. Knight C4, Knight E3, Knight F5. Let's see. Black is thinking. Black goes, uh-oh, maybe I gotta rethink my life choices. Knight E3. Come on, gotta do it. Yes. Reroute. Beautiful reroute. Knight F5. Attack the queen. Got it down to 14 seconds. Bishop F1. This is the 4th time the bishop has moved. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's back to its home square. What is Gata's next move? G3 takes. H4 maybe. Gata thought about this move for about 40% of his clock time. Black has offered a draw! Can we have a talk, please? That is rigged! What even was that? Ah, oh, I'm frustrated. Hammer, can you save me? Thanks, bud. Yo! Alright, watch Gata's next game? Fine. We're gonna watch Gata's next game. Who's he playing? Gata going up against Josie Wallace. He's a... Oh, there's so many strong junior players. This is a new line in the London, everybody, where you delay the movement of your b8 knight, and instead you play c5 and queen c7 and put your knight on d7. And wow, Gata has played g4. So basically, this is the drawback. If you take, the rook still stays staring at your king. So you could play g6 here. G5. Knight drops back to d7. And the move e5 is on the cards. Now, oh, this is a very creative move. The idea is to play queen h4. So the way you have to play this with black is rook d8, queen h4, and knight f8. Defend your king side with the knight on f8. You know what they say, knight on f8, never checkmate. Dropping bars. Arena Kings commentary. Beautiful move by Gata. He reroutes his knight as well. Wants to put it on g4, wants to put it on f6. That would be checkmate. Black plays e5 so that the bishop controls the g4 square. And now back to e7. So Gata attacking on the king side here after taking a pity draw and not wanting to embarrass his last opponent with 10 seconds on the clock. Josie Wallace deep in thought. Hello. Somebody in chat says, "Hi, Levy." I don't know why that's your voice, but it's your voice. I think I must have spit bars and they took me off. They took me off one of the one of the front page things. They were like, next. Instead, we're gonna put E-League TV. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Actually, I'm fairly certain that I stole that quote from somebody. Please don't think that I'm so original. Knight c1. Gata has since castled, and black has locked up the center. The knight is coming to f5. Shout out Camel Clutcher. Привет, привет. Is Levy short for Levon? No. No, it's just Levy. I saw the kappa, but, you know, I still responded to the question. Knight g3. I don't know what sorcery God is trying to pull, but something tells me he'd like to take, get a trade. Wow, knight f5 is a nice move. Maybe pawn takes? Can you do that? Can you get away with pawn takes here? I'm expecting, like, is Levy short for shut up and do chess commentary? Because I'm pretty sure it's not. Rook f2, king g7, and maybe here. The problem with king g7 is I play check and I force you backwards. So rook h2 is coming, queen g7, the knight is going to go to g3. I don't see how Gata is going to get out of this. So I think knight g3, king f2 like this. But the king is going to e7. So the king is on e7. But black is threatening rook h8. So probably we're going to see queen takes and rook h8. Isn't black just equalizing? I think black just survived this attack, and Gata's just worse now. So maybe he'll play knight e2, knight d4. He plays it this, but rook b8, no. King d6, c5, and potentially even bringing the bishop back here. Just don't blunder. So he's activating the king. The knight is going to go to d4. Maybe you can do this. Just walk. Wow, he's going for it. Knight c1, preventative measure. c5. He's running out of moves. Wow, it's like Zugzwang pretty much. If you move the knight, I play king b3. If you move the rook, I either play... Whoa, what the heck just happened? I lagged for a second. We got b3 on the board. Rook c8. So you've got to trade rooks. You could go rook a5, but of course then you would hang this. Now the knight's got to go. King b3, king a4, and black is winning, but black has 20 seconds. So king b4, king b3. I think actually king b3 was better. He's pushing the pawn. He's only got 18 seconds. Will he beat... Wow! Gata resigns! He doesn't even play for the flag. Amazing game. Let's see if Hammer... Oh, Hammer just took a queen. Wait, but knight... Oh, black must have thought this was check. Hammer wins. KNVB. Down to 1 second. Playing with half a second on the clock. Wow. Just a couple... That's funny. Now this is a matchup. This is a type of matchup. Right here. This is the best kind of matchup. We've got Arabic Falcon versus Gata Gibrikamsky. We don't really watch too many non-titled, non-streaming players. Pretty much everybody we feature in the tournament is always somebody who is streaming. So if you see someone up top who's having a really good tournament, as long as they're actually not streaming, probably they're not going to be featured. It's not like we're not looking at only the folks with high ratings, because even people with high ratings don't always stream. But can I make a Grishuk imitation? I'm not even sure what Grishuk is. What is Grishuk? Is Grishuk a type of salad? Knight c4. Mr. Falcon has won his pawn back. It's a very nice move. e5 attacks the knight, but Gatakamsky drops back to a5. I think Arabic Falcon completely overlooked this move. Wait, can you take here? Wow! If you take the queen, I fork you! Unbelievable. Okay, so now this is hanging, and this is hanging. Gotta takes on g5. This bishop gotta go. Maybe d5, though? Could be a move. In the words of the Hall of Fame Arena Kings commentator, James Canty, that is not a move. But actually, I think d5 is a move. Is that a move? That is a move. Big fella. Queen b6 on this diagonal. Knight coming to e4. I like the pressure of the pawns here. Potential ideas to play knight f6 and queen takes h7. ED. Whoa. Okay, I like rook d5, but... Oh, no, rook d5 hung a piece. Did rook d5 hang a piece, or did it just win? Rook d5 with ideas of going this way could have just won the game. Anyway, I also just got a notification that Hikaru Nakamura went live. If you're tired of seeing my face, twitch.tv/GMHikaru. Easy peasy, go. Rook d3. And, well, this square looks quite nice. Maybe g4. Is that insane? Is that a move? Is g4 a move? Okay, never mind, because black has played a5 and attacks the knight. But I thought my idea was g4, drop the knight back to g3 and play this. He gives a check. This looks like trouble. Whoa! What? Why? Why are you queen trading, my dude? Okay, because of this and the knight is awkward. What does Hikaru stand for? Hikaru stands for... I don't know. Alright, the Grandmasters are bailing out into a Grandmaster Draw. We're going to have Queen Rook in 3 versus, Queen Rook in 4 versus Queen Rook in 4, with both sides having... Woo! You see, I yawned because of this game. It's not because I'm tired, but it's because of this game. Alright, let's jump to Krikor versus... another sleeper game. Let's see what Georg Meyer played in this game. Georg Meyer played the Rubinstein French. Let's move on to another game between... Wow. 3 games in a row that make you want to go to sleep. Guys, if I become a GM, I will never, ever take draws, and I'm totally not crossing my fingers. I pinky promise the chat I will not take GM draws. I will fight to the death. Well, I mean, maybe not that extreme, but... Amon Hamilton playing the eyeball Japanese player. We saw this person play against Blitzstream earlier. Amon is at 30 seconds. Amon started this tournament with a very high blitz rating, 2785. Yes, exactly. Like Jordan van Forest. If your last... Wait, bishop takes g4? Hello? What? Bishop takes g4? Oh, HG also works, actually. I went a little bit crazy. The queen is stuck defending the knight. It's got nowhere to go. Queen e5, rook d7. Can Amon win this in 20 seconds? Amon, you gotta move real fast. Stop thinking! Move! What are you doing? My dude, you just burned 30% of your clock time. Now he's turning on the guns. 13 seconds for Mr. Hamilton. He's gonna take the rook. He's down... Okay, I mean, he's completely winning, but, like... He's not choking. No, he's fine. He's gonna win the game. Amon, 10 seconds. Come on, big fella, what you doing? I'm gonna go full Canty. Queen h4, aggressive. Queen f4. Oh, man, I don't think black can create enough counterplay here. I mean, time is time. Whoa. Take? Okay, black is getting low on the clock, too. Yeah, Amon is gonna win this very easily. Yeah, this is just over. Look at these beautiful pre-moves. Amon now up on the clock, catching his opponent with a million checks and styling on him. Rook h1 mate. Gave us a bit of a scare. How are these boring players doing? Rubinstein French. Rubinstein French. Rubinstein French puts us to sleep. And you know what? Let's see if Krikor can take this position into a win. He actually is better. He does have an advantage. Why is chess timed? Because otherwise it would go on forever and it would be extremely boring. That's why it's timed. Plus, Anyway, the reason why I'm saying that Krikor has an advantage is because he has space. If this pawn crosses up to a4, all the pieces are basically invading. It's almost like a game of Tetris. Black is slowly running out of squares. Why are exams timed? It's a very eloquent way of putting it. Okay, never mind. They traded all their pieces. Oh, what? Oh wow, I didn't realize I was streaming. I'm sorry, everybody. I thought I was taking a nap. Maybe Georg is actually playing this for a win. Unbelievable. Georg might actually be better now. And Krikor has blundered a pawn. And Georg Meyer is probably going to win the endgame. This is completely unbelievable. The king will try to go back, but Georg is going to try to maneuver this way. I expect king f4, king d4, king g4. This is... very sad. King b5. Trying to be very methodical. King... oh, this is so crazy. But probably it's still a draw, because these pawns cancel out, and this bishop at any moment can give itself away. So, a3, and now just king b2 is winning. Wow. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Krikor is going to go for the flag. Georg Meyer is not going to allow the flag. Simply trying to... is Georg trying to flag Krikor? Is that what's happening here? That's hilarious. Why not bring the king? Okay, very easy. Nice job. Good game. Another matchup between... ooh, this is looking good. This looks like a big improvement of KNVB's. They had a very similar position in the first game that they played, but this time KNVB went for a bit of a bayonet attack, and things are looking very nice. Bayonet attack, for everybody that doesn't know, it's when you attack the queen side in the King's Indian defense. And black usually successfully pressures the queen side. Excuse me, black successfully pressures the king side. But that's not looking particularly good here. Queen... are they going to repeat? If y'all repeat moves... Amon, if you repeat moves, we're going to have a serious talk. Okay, that's better. The queen is not going to get in trouble, no. Money buys police officers. It's going to be fine. Nobody's going to arrest the queen over here. The queen is going to be able to escape at any moment. Let's go, Amon! Amon wins this game, he's going to be happy. The thing is, right now, what you have to not do is get into this headspace where you don't actually know what the winning plan is, so you just take a bunch of time and get into time trouble. So he's playing d6, good move. Going to try to put his knight right here, and then maybe get his dark squared bishop involved. He has to be a little bit careful about the king side, but I don't think it's anything too scary. For instance, if black plays something like queen g7, which very natural, this is a hanging pawn. Knight d5 seems better. I anticipate g5 from Saleh. Okay, or this move, yeah. He can take on e4. I didn't think it was possible because of knight c7, but maybe he's just going to ignore this. Ah! So he's offering Amon this trade. Amon is going for it. He gives the queen for the two rooks, but I'm not so sure here. He unpins. Now this is hanging. Yikes. Maybe rook d1? How do you decide what pieces move when you have no plan? Make solid moves. I mean, don't go into variations that are very concrete and tactical, which is kind of what Amon has done here. But he's left himself 20 seconds, and now a queen is much easier to handle in this kind of position. You know, But that, I mean, the best players do it faster than everybody else. That's why Hikaru is like, I know the best move. F3. Bishop takes, knight d2 is the idea. That's a brilliant move. Threatening mate, and now HG, and it's just completely winning. G3 check and resigns. Okay, he had G3. I mean, I don't know why he didn't play it, but Queen F2 is mate. Wow, I mean, Arabic Falcon, too strong. Gergmeyer playing knight f3 and the same stuff all the time. Arabic Falcon is playing against Blitzstream, and they have entered a semi-Slav Botvinnik variation with e4 on the board, b5, c4, black up a pawn, but white is significantly more developed. Arabic Falcon comfortably amongst the top, Weiss up there as well. Reminder, everybody, if you're enjoying the commentary, very easy to follow my channel. I do have a Twitch channel. I was about to say I have a Twitch channel here on Twitch, but yeah, that's actually exactly what it is. I have a Twitch channel here on Twitch. Gotham Chess, hover over and click, and you're there. So this is common in this position. Bishop h5 check, and now Arabic Falcon is completely winning. The king has to move to d8, and this is the problem. It might seem like a check, and the king has just moved over a square, and there's absolutely no problems, but this line is dangerous for black, yes, but you know, the trade-off is that you're winning a pawn, and if you hold it, you're going to be happy. Anyway, it looks like you're just getting checked and you move the king over, but it's really not so simple. In fact, it's just very dangerous, as somebody pointed out. And I see that Hikaru is also streaming, so very nice. Terrific. It's just a good time to be a chess fan, friends. And it's really a good time to be playing Arabic Falcon's position. Defending the bishop with the bishop on e5. Black can't really even ever take this because, I mean, if you're going to move a piece, you're going to open your king. I'll have pressure. Right now, bishop g4 is striking e6, so knight takes e6 is a huge threat. And you have to go back to f8. Now, I anticipate that he's going to either castle or pick away at this or drop the knight to d6. This is the kind of position where white has a lot of options and he could burn a lot of clock time. But he's just going to play relatively simple moves. H5 just hangs a pawn. I don't think that does anything. What did that do? I think he thought that that was a good move, but the bishop can just take. So, oopsies! And there we go. The king is trying to escape, so we see Arabic Falcon picking away at the king side. Excuse me, that's not the king side, the queen side. Plays a4. And a6 on the board. So again, a minute and a half here for Arabic Falcon, but at the end of the day, as long as you don't do what Aman did, Aman kind of made the position a little bit too complicated for, you know, for comfort. And then he pushed a little bit too far and got a little bit too low on time. A lot of little bits in there. So 80 seconds for Arabic Falcon. He is counting down a little. I almost said a little bit again. I gotta stop that. Pause. Pause button. Stop saying a little bit. It's like when people repeat like, or I just said if. So many vocalized pauses. I remember taking a public speaking class freshman year of college, and it really made me hyper aware of any time I go and b3 is likely, although this last move did open up an attack on g2. So there you go. Knight takes b7, king takes b7 is playable. But if you play king takes b7, white will play queen f3, and I think after queen f3 or bishop f3, you can just resign. Knight d5, but this just looks terrible. b3, rook takes a6, maybe. Knight f5. Knight e6. Yeah, knight f5 is a nice move, because if pawn takes, bishop takes. So now the queen might not take. The problem if the queen doesn't take is that you play knight d6. So he actually has to capture. And I think then he just loses. Although he does have a 20-second time lead, so Arabic Falcon is not a perfect player, because if he was, he would be the world champion. And he's not. So... And that's not a dig at Arabic Falcon, I'm just saying that he might be imperfect, and with 40 seconds on the clock, there is a chance that he messes this up. Knight d6. Yeah, it's just over. Rook d6, that pawn on d6 is a nightmare. The threat right now is actually to take this. If the knight were to take, then bishop takes d5, and you pin the knight to the queen. We see g4. Maybe this is still playable, but I think he's going to play takes and rook e7. Yeah, that just wins. Queen d5 takes rook e7. And he wins bishop. What? Okay. He's not even interested in winning the bishop. He's going for queen a5 checkmate. And mate in one. Nice game. KNVB versus Krikor. Krikor swarming with the pawns. Yeah, Amon hasn't had a great day today against the other GMs. In fact, if I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure Amon has defeated another GM. He beat... Okay, but let's follow him on this game. Mr. Hambleton is going for a London opening. Black is going to go for this c5, bishop d6, queen c7 again, that he did against Kamsky. We're also watching the guy who defeated Kamsky, so basically Josie Wallace is better than a world champion. So he takes on d6, and immediately goes knight e5. That's not what I said. I did not say that. Arabic Falcon. In fact, I have praised Salem Saleh's chess probably more than any player in this tournament. Knight e4. So again, Josie Wallace is not too concerned with getting a victory. At the end of the day, his opponent is 2750, so if he gets a draw, he's relative. Ooh. But that is a move that you don't like to allow in London. But I suppose it could be okay. Knight takes d7 is a big commitment. Although knight d7, knight d7, knight e4 takes dc should be... Actually, that wins on the spot. Knight takes d7, knight takes d7, knight takes e4. Okay, so it's a move order thing, but... Yeah, I don't think it mattered, actually. And knight takes d7, knight takes d7, d takes c5 actually just wins. And it wins because the pressure here through everything is... Yeah, and he blundered dc. And okay. The point is that if you play queen takes, I'm just going to take the knight. If you take, yeah, c6, and he plays knight c5. Maybe he can make this complicated. Let's see if Amon can win this game. Maybe make things a little bit more complex. Whoops. Sorry. Yes, a challenger for the world championship, not the world champion. I apologize, I misspoke. You know, it's all the chess boxing. Guys, I got a moonlight somehow. I mean, it's tough only doing regular chess during the day. So I have to do the underground fight clubbing, I mean, obviously. So Amon is setting a nasty little trap here. He's kind of saying, hey, come take on b2 so I can play rook b1. And then when you move your knight, I have discovered attacks on the king. So probably, I mean, I'm not sure what he's calculating. He's got to just go back to c5. The reason why this position is not completely losing is after the move f5, which black, I mean, hopefully will play. It's the only move that makes any sense. Because white at the moment is threatening to play b4, dislodge this, yeah, so f5. It's the fact that this pawn structure is so passive. It's so passive. And in the meantime, black is going to try to pick at it like this, but I don't know. Doesn't seem too likely. I mean, especially because Amon can start gobbling here. Nihal Sarin does actively play on chess.com. I've actually played against Nihal Sarin several times. What is my record against the Mr. Prodigy himself? Chess. I'm gonna look it up on my second monitor. I haven't played Nihal in a while. But my record against Nihal is 7 wins, 9 draws, and 4 losses. So 7-9. Of course, he has only gotten stronger, and I have gotten probably weaker since we've played. But I think we've mainly played Blitz and Bullet. Maybe we've only played Bullet, I'm not sure. But so 7-9 against Nihal Sarin. But put that in perspective. I mean, Nihal Sarin is probably going to be 2600 relatively soon. He's a 14-year-old Grandmaster from India. I like what Josie's doing in this position. Again, Aman has had this happen a few times today. He kind of tends to get a little bit too pensive in these good positions. And, I mean, Aman is a great player, but that's just what we've seen, right? We've seen him get low on time in situations where perhaps Hikaru or another one of these players that, you know, instinctively play mechanical chess, just, you know, putting an end to their opponent's hopes and dreams. But here he's down 20 seconds, and he's allowed a bit of counterplay. He's allowing knight takes c3. I'm not even sure that was the best. I think rook d2 was better. Aman up on the board, though, so f5 is coming, and he's going to push this all the way, and king f4 is probably coming. Again, I didn't like this. I thought maybe here that rook d2 made more sense, but that's why I am not playing, and I'm merely your commentator. This is good. This is good. This should be just winning now. f6. A little bit of theme music here. Can we get copyrighted for that? For the really loud car outside? This is the thing about living in New York. Sometimes a car drives by that plays music that shakes your windows, and you just gotta go with it. There's a red light right there, so we just gonna keep bumping. How's everybody? Everybody like the? Oh, I think the car drove away. It's a shame. Unless nobody on broadcast even heard that, and it just looked like I was developing dissociative disorder or something like that. Actually, I live on the 4th floor. People in the... Whoa. Can Aman actually get flagged here? Probably not. He's a really good bullet player. I highly doubt he gets flagged here. Aman looks like he is... Yeah, he's just gonna win this. Easy peasy flag. Nice game. Hammer, how are you doing, big guy? Ah, okay. Well, it looked like I was dancing to nothing. The other day, something happened out there, and I thought no one could hear it, and then everybody in chat was like, wow, that's such a loud thing going on outside of your house. And I was like, oh. Not g4. Hammer has got 2 pieces for a rook, which about 90% of the time is better for the person that has the 2 pieces. 37 minutes remaining, everybody. With a mysterious 2000 rated player from Germany. Yay! Thank you, Nerd Orc Plays. Nerdork Plays? Needork Plays. I don't know how to say your username. Nerd Dork Plays. But if you're Nerd Dork Plays, doesn't the letter D belong to the first word and not the... I don't know. Anyway, I'm Gotham Chess. What do I know? I put chess in my username like a nerd. What cool matchups are going on? This is a rematch. Blitzstream and Kostenyuk. Nico Barranco. 2300 in second place. Very, very complicated fight here with the rooks. Kostenjuk is going to play rook c8. I was a 1461 in third place. This person has played 20 games and has 14.5 points. So this person has actually lost several games. But my friends, a lot of cheaters, I mean, are banned in this tournament. So don't worry, there is absolutely no risk of foul play. If somebody has run up a winning streak by, cheating, then it will be counted. Also, you do have to remember that the only players that are rewarded are the players that are streaming their games. So even if you're cheating, not only will you be banned and IP banned, you also win nothing. So the fact that you're cheating is pretty ridiculous anyway. So anyway. Interesting situation. So king e6, king e4, and h5. Well, Blitzstream is just winning here. King has to leave, and now this king is going to outmaneuver Mr. Falcon. Wow, what an amazing position. Look at this. The bishops are happy. The bishops are happy. The knights are happy. Knight comes back to f8. It's just very obvious here from just the visual examination of the position. If you think about it, material is completely equal. Both sides have 5 pawns, and both sides have not traded any, minor heavy pieces. But visually, I mean, obviously, look at White's pieces. Yeah, I remember that guy. Takes b7 here. So you gave a check, you forced the bishop forward. Now bishop takes b7. I look like Elijah Wood if he was a hacker and not Frodo. Yeah, this is very easy. Now the bishops kind of lay the foundation for the pawn to go. Anytime you can put a piece that will defend the promotion square of your passed pawn, it's a good situation. Yeah, Saleh is just gobbling. He'll probably take here and then take here, or just not even do that. Yeah, it's completely winning. Here's an intriguing matchup. Wait a second. Did Amon Hambleton play the Rubinstein French? Okay, he kind of played... It's like a similar structure. It looks like DE 94 was on the board, so... But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of similar. But I think he's already equalized with no problems, and maybe even you can slowly make an argument that Black could hope for an advantage. White is in this position hoping to put the knight on e5. And Amon kind of instantly jumps ahead of that and puts the knight on e4. Maybe he's going to take here. I would not doubt that, and maybe h6. Or queen f6. One of these two moves. Or c5. It's going to be one of these moves. Yep, c5 to put pressure. Maybe now queen f6 or h6. Or he'll take, or rook c8. It's going to be one of these moves. You heard it here first. Let's see what he does. Or I highly doubt he goes for this, but that would be just very concrete. Like, okay, let's trade. Wow, he does! And now he's going to take, so that... Samurai not having any of it. He's saying, take this, bud. Go ahead. I'm sacrificing a pawn and... Interesting. Alright, and Amon is bailing. He's offering a queen trade. Queen e4 possible to threaten mate. If you can take this, obviously, and then just take d4, and it's about equal. But Jamil attacks the rook moves. Now we're going to have rook takes, rook d1. Yeah, the problem is that, again, Amon is down on the clock. Amon ended up bailing, and... And those of you asking, like, all these players at the top of the standings, see, they have been removed. The anti-cheat detection team is constantly running reports. And they drew. Yep, it's a very, very standard game. Wow, look at this brilliant positional squeeze. Now, unfortunately, his opponent is a lot lower than him, but here's a nice matchup as well. GM, JLH, and Arabic Falcon. Both of these people are in the featured channels extension. So again, if you hover your mouse over the screen, Of course they're cheating. People will cheat in everything, my friends. This isn't some sort of rare occasion. I mean, people will cheat in any sport, anything, absolutely anything. So it's. So the names have been updated, friends. We got JJ Chess, 2018, Krekor, Georg Meyer, and Blitzstream. A lot of strong players. There are ultimately prizes, but at the end of the day, I think honestly people just do this to mess with the tournament. So no, right, exactly. You know, friends, we all agree. We all agree. If you ever actually try to have a rational discussion as to why people cheat in tournaments where they have no eligibility to win prizes, I don't have an answer for you. I really don't. I mean, it's just one of these things, you know, like in life, you're gonna come across situations where you just can't explain things. Like, it just happens. And people just gonna cheat because they can. And they're gonna get caught every time. They will be blanket IP banned. And I don't know. They won't win prizes and everyone's rating points will be refunded. So, you know. But rest assured that people don't get away with it. It's very important. Well, Nerd Dork Plays, and anybody else in the Twitch chat, this is the official chess.com Twitch channel. It's the biggest chess channel on Twitch, because there's a lot of smalls. Like, I stream, for example, I do not have 120,000 followers like the chess.com channel. This channel has basically events going on every single day. This is the Arena Kings, but this channel features some international tournaments, like Tata Steel, which is in the Netherlands, big tournament, over-the-board tournament with live commentary. Pro Chess League, which is the professional rapid online league. It's an international league, 32 teams from all over the world. So really, if you're tuning in from Twitch front page, or somehow you've stumbled across this channel for the first time, really drop this channel a follow. If you like chess, you want to get into chess, there's an incredible amount of resources on chess.com just to watch, to get involved in many ways. So the community's great. Some of the streamers are amazing, and some, you know, it's always really interesting to me when I do these shows, who, like, you know, who is out there that has just discovered this channel. One more thing I should mention that is being started on the chess.com channel is Sub Saturday Takeover. It's basically when a titled player will sit in on a Saturday afternoon and take on challenges, like viewer games against subscribers of the official Twitch channel. Go over the games, talk to the viewers, have fun for a couple hours. Excuse me. I'm slated to do it, I believe, in a month, but the first one, if I'm not mistaken, is actually tomorrow, and it will be hosted by KNVB. That is Grandmaster Amon Hambleton, who doesn't have his own channel, but is part of a small collection of streamers and strong players. That's ChessBra, twitch.tv/ChessBra. They play techno beats and stream chess. So you can drop them a follow. So there's a... Just looking at the board is making me cringe. Like, because chess is difficult to understand, or because I'm annoying, or it's the hair, or I don't know. Anyhow, this is all on chess.com. Knight f7 attacks 3 pieces. I'm very curious why it's not being played. But I suppose it... Okay, so there's knight f7. Now, will we see a sacrifice? Maybe f3? Ooh, how about this move? f3. The point is that if you take something here, there is the rook coming down to h1. Let me just refresh. Let's see what happens. Don't know. Rook takes h2, so he's sacrificed. White has a choice. Does he take the rook, the bishop, or this? Hefewayzen337, thank you for the Prime sub. You are now eligible to play in Sub Saturday. Congratulations. And you get a lot of cool emotes. And the cool thing about this channel is that the emotes are updated based on whatever event is being featured. So we've got like Pro Chess League, you've got emotes of the commentators, you've got emotes of some of the teams. When we had the World Championship back in November, we had the emotes on the World Champion and the Challenger and things like that. So if you do have some chess.com emotes, why don't you drop them into the channel? There we go. I see Coffee Man. Hello, hello. I am okay. I hope you're okay as well. White is just completely winning here, but it is kind of close. Knight d4, KNVB going to try to convert this. He should convert this relatively seamlessly. Oh, but black is going to try to escape here. 4 seconds for KNVB. A little bit laggy. Wow, he might actually get flagged. That would be incredible. No, I don't think he's going to get flagged. Maybe he will. Stalemate? I don't think so. Yeah, it's an easy one. Yes, he can still win. Mr. Falcon has started the game. Here is an interesting matchup. We've got Chessically Inclined, who we saw beat a couple of Grandmasters earlier. He's a 15, 16-year-old player in the United States, getting good practice against titled players in these events. Playing against Artsakh Manukyan. Artsakh Manukyan is an Armenian player. He's about master level. That's 22, 2300. And he is the manager of the Armenia Eagles, who, as I mentioned earlier, Pro Chess League, they are the defending champions of the Pro Chess League. So I like this plan by white. He takes with the h-pawn to open the king. We're going to see king g2, rook h1, and putting pressure over here. There is rook h1 on the board. d3 maybe? No, d3, queen d2. The big problem here is that black is down to 16 seconds and white has a minute and a half. So Artsakh is going to be on edge. He's going to be trying maybe f3 just simply. Okay, that's also a good move. The queen is pinning. Plays queen f3. Maybe rook f8 though. I'm not sure that was smart. Maybe he has to go back. End of the day though. Whoa. Oh, he had a puzzle rush. He could have played queen takes e3. No, he couldn't have, because after pawn takes e2, the pawn promotes. That's a chop on the neck for me. Bad Levy. Hi, Amon. Amon's playing 2100. Georg Meyer has ascended to the top. He's playing a GM. Let's take a look at him. You become Grandmaster by defeating every other Grandmaster up to the top. Just kidding. That would be insane. You know, there's the interesting thing about the Grandmaster title is that it's for life. So if you become a Grandmaster when you're 20, 30, and then you don't play chess anymore, you have a corporate life, you become a lawyer, a doctor, whatever, sanitation worker, plumber, mechanic, and then 30 years in the future you go, I really want to play chess again. And you drop your rating, obviously, because you haven't played in a long time. Anytime you travel the world, you will still be a Grandmaster. And actually, I noticed that a player playing in the tournament in Gibraltar, or Tata Steel, maybe. No, I think it's Gibraltar. He's an American. No, he's not playing in Gibraltar. He's playing in Chennai Open in India. He's like 65, 70 years old. And his rating is like 2200, so it's much lower than the standard to become a Grandmaster. And he's just playing chess. I didn't know who he was. He's from America, actually. I forgot his name, too. But he's in Chennai Open. So, wow, some convention of knights here. Georg slowly making progress. Notice how Georg's moves are always very subtle. Look at Georg. I can put justification behind every single move. Develop. Disregard light squared bishop trade. Save this bishop for long term. Queen d2, slight improvement of the position, teaming the queen up with the bishop, putting the rook behind the queen. Putting the rook behind the queen. Putting the knight forward, strengthening the knight in the center. Knight exerts pressure. If bishop takes, and the dark squares are weak. Retreating back to h2 to get out of the way. Very methodical play. Now, slight pawn move, preparing a pawn attack. Slight pawn move. Taking away the b4 square from this pawn to try to come here. c4, and now black simply loses an exchange, and probably we will see... Am I stupid? Did queen f4 not just win on the spot? Why didn't he play queen f4? Queen f4 g5? Anyway. I don't actually think there is any correlation between IQ and success of getting Grandmaster norms, but... Pawn takes, pawn takes! And rook takes e5, Georg Meyer taking on g7. I anticipate it simply, yeah, rook e7. And now there's just too much happening here. This rook is way too powerful. Nice. It is awesome. It is awesome, and I'm glad you understand the algorithm. What Rags is referring to, everybody, is the fact that in this tournament you are paired based on an algorithm. It doesn't pair you like standard chess tournaments where if you win you play people who have won, and if you based on your score you play other people. It just pairs you against people who are your rating, your strength, and so you can get on a bit of a winning streak. And then every now and then it throws in kind of a flip of the algorithm. So queen e3, it's a great move. This is a threat, and I think, or this makes a lot of sense. So he's offering a queen trade, and he's going to take all these pieces. But Arabic Falcon is right behind him. If we just jump here, it's very close. 20 minutes remaining, and the top 5 are separated by basically a game. Maybe a game in, well, 2 games. I think, okay, slight correlation. I see your point. You're like, well, I'm not so sure about that one. I don't know why that's what you sound like in my impersonation, but... So Mr. Falcon playing a very aggressive opening. I gotta sneeze. I muted the microphone so you wouldn't be able to hear it. I'm allergic to bad chess, okay? And so that's why I sneezed. Did I dab while sneezing? All right. I'm a talented individual. So, a couple of things to note about this position. This d5 square for white is extremely important. If this was not a controlled square, white has planted a piece there, black would play d5, e4, f4, d4, expand, and overwhelm. Instead, white is using this as a suppression point. He's kind of putting the foot down on black's position, saying you can't really come forward. And bishops like to see. They like to open up the windows and see in a distance. Bishop is cramped here. This bishop is having a bit of a staring contest and playing tug of war with this bishop. Nothing can move. In the meantime, because black has lost control of the king side a little bit, the queen has invaded. There's no threats yet. Black is sort of saying, I'm not really believing that you have any sort of attack, and instead I'm going to attack you on the queen side. So that is a very reactionary move. In the future, potentially this rook could fly over here and join the attack, but you can't really do that here, because if you try to move bishop a2 and rook h4, I can take b2, I can attack you. If you also play bishop a2, I could even just go f4, get in the way. When I'm in sort of quiet rooms where it's appropriate to sneeze very loudly and scare people, I generally make it a goal to do that. I generally try to sneeze as loud as possible. If a takes b4, bishop f7 is not a bad move, but this is not necessary. And this is the better move, because you open up your dark-squared bishop. It has a kind of an idea now, and I like this. So see, this rook has now entered the fray. It's a very complicated position. Gotta consider a lot of options. So he actually, wow, that's very cold-blooded to just trade this, allow this bishop to stand here, overseeing, and just taking b4 and saying, I have an extra pawn now, what are you going to do about it? This rook can't really get involved because coming to a1 is not actually hanging the rook because queen h7 is mate. Remember, we have this control here, but this doesn't threaten anything. I mean, if you play rook a8, I just go back. It's not the scariest thing in the world. G3, and I guess maybe black can even... Okay, black plays rook d4. He's trying to excavate this bishop. Makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Bishop is going to move. It goes to f7, and now I did mention if this pawn starts going forward, it's going to be a big problem. Queen f6 to attack the bishop one more time. Also, I think white had some ideas to maybe go bishop g6 to threaten checkmate. Rook d2, a counter attack, and how about e3? Queen d4. I like this move. And there's actually no way for white to defend the f2. Oh, there is! I forgot about this. But e3. Queen takes e3. Check and mate. Queen e2 check. What? Why is he thinking? Check? Does he not see it? Is he calculating this? Queen e2, rook d1. Okay, thank you. Or queen e2, queen g2. Yeah, okay. Oh, that was weird. So he's won. Arabic Falcon has won, but Georg Meyer's on a big streak. Frossen. Is that like Eric Rosen's brother? So 2830 and 2900. Some very powerful ratings up top. I just started playing chess, and I have to say this is overwhelming. Well, I mean, this is a speed chess tournament. You're watching really good players play really good chess. And that's okay. I mean, millions of players around the world play chess, and they don't play as well as some of these top guys. And that's fine. You go at your own pace. It should just be fun. You shouldn't watch this and go, I'll never be this good! You should watch this and you should go, well, I'll never be this good, but this is still really fun. Watching these guys battle it out. I love watching players play video games or other strategy games that I'll never understand. I'm just like, wow, you're really good at this. It's really cool. So, yeah, obviously when I start talking about the tactics and everything like that, not everybody can keep up, and that's fine. And it can just motivate you. I try to break things down as well as I can, but I can't encapsulate the skill level of chat to the maximal capacity. For instance, white has played a pawn to a4 here to move this bishop out. Otherwise, this bishop was very passive. It can only go to this square, and then it would just crack into this pawn. Now this bishop is actually standing on a very active diagonal. Someone's yelling on the street. Terrific. This is called a reroute. So when you move a piece backwards to move it forward again. Queen f1. Of course, the queen had to move. The queen could not take the bishop because the bishop was protected by the queen. There we go. Encapsulating all chat levels. So rook c1. You cannot push this because it has nothing to do with the pawn, but rather the bishop will suddenly have vision on the... Wow! The knight. Now the knight has taken this. If the pawn takes, the bishop takes b7. The queen takes b7, and the rook will take the bishop. So when this pawn comes here, this is open. If the queen takes, you go here. Great tactic. So takes, that was hanging, and also this is hanging. So now Georg Meyer drops on back. This bishop is still the MVP. Vision down the whole board. And probably we will see this move at some point, or f4 here maybe. Of course, not right now. Maybe king h1 and then f4. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw king h1 and then f4. And, okay, queen e2, also very rational. He's got pressure here. He's not going to take it. It's very well defended. Oh, that's a blunder. If you take the queen, I will take this. This is called an intermezzo, intermediate move, or German Zwischenzug. And I'm not taking the queen. I'm going to, but first I'm going to deliver a check, win a free rook, you move your king, and then I will take this. So how about them apples? I've also been informed that the featured channel extension has been updated with some more names. Gatakomsky is streaming interactive chess, power chess, and chess queen. Bishop, yeah, I mean, this is just an easy win. This player, follow him, 10-game winning streak. Now, even though people can be having very good events, it doesn't mean they can win prizes. At the end of the day, as I mentioned, it comes down to who is streaming. And I'm not sure Verbecker is streaming. So, Mr. Falcon, 17.5 out of 20. But Georg Meyer, the technician, 18 out of 21. He's got 10 minutes remaining to build that lead. And he's going to win. He's a staple of this tournament. He plays it almost all the time. So, Verbecker wins another game. And he is now in first. Let's see, Blitz stream. Playing against the 1900, that's not the most appealing matchup. Arabic Falcon can still win, but it's looking a little bit more challenging. Got 9 minutes remaining, everybody. After this, we believe we will be sending you over to Power Chess. I might be mistaken, but I think that's who is getting rated. That's Mr. Miso Walker on chess.com. So make sure to stick around. We've also got Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura streaming. If anybody doesn't know who that is, please go tune into his channel, twitch.tv/GMHikaru. There is a place to find online coaches, of course. And there's a ton of free learning resources. I mean, the amount of learning you can do on demand in chess in this day and age is incredible. I'm curious, how many followers does the official channel have? Wow, the official chess.com channel has crossed 120,000 followers. That is amazing. 120,000. We're a fifth of the way to 200,000. That's so cool. Hopefully we can break it this year. But I don't know. It seems like a bit of a tall task. 80,000 followers in a year, but if there's anyone who can do it, it's this channel and GM Hikaru. So shout out to the main chess.com channel. 7 minutes and 43 seconds are remaining in the tournament. 40, 39, 38 seconds are remaining in the tournament. H5. Thank you for yes, thank you. I do look like Daniel Radcliffe. I have heard that. The two people up top on the 11-game winning streak. Wonder if they're actually going to play against each other. As Arabic Falcon has won, I think we're going to stick with Mr. Falcon. As he plays against Vova Chess, strong Russian player, rated 2500. And I think this is going to be the last game he plays, because if you start a game and then time expires, the game actually gets aborted. It doesn't matter if you were winning or not. So, but yes, I definitely have heard Daniel Radcliffe and others. So if Arabic Falcon wins this game, he will jump into third because he will get 2 points. But it all comes down to what happens with the players in third and fourth. The player in third place is on 20 out of 26. That's very impressive. Look like a chess streamer. This thing. It's 5-0. This is KNVB. Just stick with Mr. Falcon now. Mr. Falcon has given up the A3 pawn, but I think he's just going for it on the king side. I would not be surprised if we saw moves like Rook G2, H4, G5. One of these moves and just simply overwhelming him. I have gotten Remy Malik, yes. There should be a command in this channel for my doppelgangers. Exactly, House of Usher. So G5 I would expect. Queen E1, Queen G3 as well. H4. What? Beginners, do not push pawns on the side where you have castled. Do not push pawns on the side where you are being attacked. I've got a bunch of pieces over here. An Arabic Falcon just takes! Sacrificing. Why didn't he just... What? Am I missing something? Why didn't he just go Bishop G3? He sacrifices a piece. For what? Is he trying to go Queen F3, Queen H3 checkmate? Wow, he might actually go for that. That would be amazing. So Queen F3, Queen H3, and just checkmate. So weird. But he's now thinking. So why would you sacrifice a full piece but not have... This is a very adept move by black. The point is that you will be meeting the queen on the h-file with the rook on h8. It's like, hey, you want to come forward? Alright, I've got somebody that's going to go this way as well. h4, if gh4 or gf4, g5. You mean in this position? h4. Right, with the attack of g5. No, but I'm still very confused why he didn't just play bishop. I mean, it seems that the position like this is very good for white at initial glance. Because the only counterplay that black has is to play something like knight h7, but after queen d3, you're digging this knight out. Before queen f3, so here, okay, I see what you mean, and then g5. Yeah, that looks better, and the whole point is, everybody, for instance, something like this, the queen is not met on the h-file with rook h8, because the attack is much different when you get to h5. But it just seems so strange. Now there's a lot of chaos here. Maybe f5, f6 is on the cards. If you can get this pawn to f6, you're probably just winning. Queen g4. He would love for this... Okay, he would love for this move to happen, because then you could actually march like this. Well, if Arabic Falcon wins this game, he kind of establishes his reputation as being a very powerful attacker. d4. Black is opening the lines as well. When you've got bishops, you want to have them face at things. Wow, e6 maybe? g6, which pawn do you... He goes with g6. The threat is g7. Check and then take the rook. If pawn takes, maybe even e6, e7. Don't even go for this. Will he go... Wow! Unbelievable attacking play. This is amazing. I love watching his chess. He's so strong. Queen d5 is a mate threat, but I think you're just too quick here. e7? Just don't hang mate, please. Check. Bishop g6. I think, yep, king g8, and now a lot of things win. A lot of things. Probably, first of all, this is the cleanest to trade the queen. Well, not, excuse me, not trade the queen, but win it. Maybe, bishop f5, I think, just wins on the spot. Yeah, bishop f5, king f7. And the reason why that wins is that you've covered the escape square. Only move is king f7, and now queen g6 is mate. Beautiful game. Beautiful game. Chessically Inclined is trying to stave off Georg Meyer, who has vaulted himself up to first place with 75. If Verbecker wins this game, and he will because he's up a rook, That was a beautiful attacking game. Sacrificing everything. And Verbeeker wins. He's up to 74. And he started a game. So as long as Verbeeker does not get a draw or win this game, Georg Meier wins. And there's a minute left, and I highly doubt that KNVB is going to offer him a draw. Well, actually, he might, because that way Aman gets a draw as well. So we'll see if Verbeeker can launch ahead of Georg Meier. But two German players there up at the top. 30 seconds remaining. I think Aman just plays it. I mean, I don't know. He might. I think you just play it out. But sometimes players do take the draw, because you do get a point for a draw, and for the game of boarding, you don't get anything. So Knight C3. Bishop E4, and yeah, it doesn't seem like they're inclined to agree, but of course 10 seconds are remaining, and we will see. But Georg Meier's sitting pretty up top. Georg Meier can also offer his opponent a draw, and that would be that. Time is up, and Georg Meier wins. Just a reminder, everybody, what this means in the terms of the big picture. The prizes for today, Georg Meier scoops up 125 for the streamer prize. There's going to be a fan vote. Look at the left side. Fan vote best clip, $50 in subs every week, right? That's 10 sub gifts. Under 2200, under 1800 prize. Points for the season-long leaderboard. And in a couple weeks, we will have the Arena Kings knockouts. The schedule, next week, we have an arena on Monday and Wednesday, slight schedule change. It'll be on the 30th of January as opposed to that Friday, which is February 1st because of Pro Chess League. As for me, I had fun today. I hope you all had fun. We're going to send you over to twitch.tv/powerchess. Have an amazing time, everybody. I'm signing off, and we will be rating, I believe that's Norman Powell. Take care, and see you on this channel next week for Pro Chess League.